Thanks for joining us and tuning in to the RWTA Chilled Out series. I'm Marianne Kintzel, the Executive Officer of the RWTA. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with our long-term member from Dematic, Tony Raggio, the General Manager of Sales for Mobile Automation Australia and New Zealand. Thank you for joining me today, Tony.
Thank you, Marianne.
Good to have you here. We've got so much to talk about. Look, we were discussing, there's a lot to talk, and indeed usage of AGVs in the cold chain, but it's not necessarily for everyone. Over the years, I've seen some companies put it in and then have to just as fast take it out because it didn't suit them. How, in your experience, do AGVs benefit the refrigerated warehouse industry, please?
Sure. So there's a couple of different things. One, obviously, when we do get the opportunity to build a greenfield site, so a site built from the ground up specifically for AGVs, that's
Yes.
obviously the optimum type of solution. We don't always get that luxury. Sometimes they do have to fit into existing sites. But the main thing is, I guess, for greenfield sites is to get that initial contact with the customer to make sure that the site is developed to be suitable for AGV operations. So things like aisle clearances, heights, and so on, so we can get the most out of the AGVs as we can, and ensuring that the AGV solution is a big success, and that's the big thing. So making sure that the rack design and the operation gives the opportunity for the AGV to get the best results that they can achieve.
So retrofitting is an option, and it does work, and it's something that you work on.
It is, but typically on a brownfield site, so retrofitting, we need to look at maybe some minor rack modifications. We do have some specific aisle widths. We do have some specific clearances from undersided beams and so on. So yes, brownfield sites are still an opportunity, but there will be some modifications that would need to be done to achieve optimum results. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Whereabouts are these AGVs made, and what difference would that make to Australians?
Good question. So we're very fortunate that our AGVs are designed and made here in Belrose in Sydney, which
Okay.
a lot of people are surprised to hear. And one of the big and I do offer site visits for people to prove that it's just not a sales guy saying, yeah, they're made here and they're not. They're actually, we can take people through the factory and actually show them being made. At any one time, I've normally got, somewhere between 10 and 20 AGVs being made and tested as well. So we do test them here. And one of the big things for Australia is the fact that we do support them locally here. So we're not relying on overseas support, both for the mechanical and the electrical components of the AGV. It's all supported locally and normally supported within the state. So we have service technicians right around the country, so we can support the machines from a local perspective. But the other big thing that people don't realise is that because the machines are made here, they're not subject to any import duty. So a lot of other equipment like AGVs that are imported into Australia are subject to a duty, normally about 5%.
Okay.
So and people tend to forget that and don't factor it into the cost, and sometimes it can be a bit of a surprise when they get quite a large invoice for quite a large solution. So there's no cost for that with us having local manufacturing.
Oh, I can well imagine that it would really affect the cost in a good way, which is good. If the company is using a warehouse control system, can you integrate that with them and with that?
Yeah, yes. Again, both the mechanical aspect, as I said, is made in Belrose, but so is the software side of the AGV. So there's a software system that sits over the top, and it's probably one of the most important things with any automation solution is the software in the background and how that software integrates with the customer's warehouse management system or conveyors or doors and all that type of stuff. So our software allows the operator, basically creates a very, very simple interface for an operator, where you can have access to see all the data you need, all the product data. You can see the orders that are in the system. We then control things like, doors opening, closing, conveyors, all the things in one spot. And the other thing is the software is very intuitive and very easy for the operator to control the AGV. So you don't need to have a PhD in electrical engineering to control the AGV system. Um, some of my best operators are forklift drivers that are familiar with, some of the logistics in the back end, but you don't need to be a rocket scientist to drive it, which is very important. So
Sensational. No, that's
mm,
they're all very good reasons to give Dematic a call if that people are looking for AGVs in the future for their company. So thank you very much for discussing these great options for the cold chain with me today, Tony. Thank you for coming along.
thank you, Marianne.